Understanding human wiring is useful. It's useful for recognizing how you lead, process thought, manage your work environment, and how others make decisions. It's also helpful so that you can be highly effective in improving your outcomes and leading your team. For example, several years ago, I worked with a client who was really frustrated by a lackluster career. Now, throughout her work life, she had taken a number of personal development courses to get to the source of why she pursued so many career and entrepreneurial opportunities, but she didn't thrive to the level that she thought she was capable. She had a lot of opportunities, but really would get stopped on tasks that required a lot of follow through. And through her personal development work, she also realized that she would often use the excuse that she got confused or overwhelmed on the steps necessary to achieve an outcome. She really felt like something was wrong with her and that she didn't understand the steps like many of her counterparts did. And she would start things and not finish them. She would always question where she fit in. And while she was intelligent and had a lot of skills to offer, as well as many opportunities, she was constantly failing to follow through. She garnered a reputation for being fickle and not someone who could be trusted to complete tasks, a reputation she did not want. And she was disempowered. That is until she dove into her human wiring. She finally got to the root understanding of her natural self and how to align her work environment with how she naturally executed. See, an understanding of her human wiring would give her insights on the ideal career move because her natural wiring showed several things. That she's a natural team player who values the suggestions of others and wants a team-oriented environment where the interactions are primarily cooperative. She wants an environment where there are high degrees of face-to-face communication. And she's natural at providing and receiving positive feedback and empathetic in reading people. She also likes an environment where she can complete activities more in a sequential manner and completing those tasks before switching gears onto the next one. And she prefers a minimally structured environment that is not overly controlled with rules and procedures and prefers her information in summary sheet form. Now, armed with this information, it's important to note that our human wiring has all social elements versus a combination of social and task or all task elements. So this is why she naturally gravitated toward talking about ideas and had difficulty figuring out the tasks associated with following through without specific and detailed instructions. When encountering someone with all social wiring elements, the tendency is to recommend sales or customer service professions. And there's a lot of sound reasoning to make those suggestions. And it's important to look at the environment in which she would be selling or working with the clients. Now, from a sales perspective, she will naturally gravitate toward the elements of face-to-face communication and interaction. She possesses the natural ability to cultivate leads versus drive leads and does best with warm introductions or by generating additional business upselling from existing customer accounts. That's key. She would also be well suited as a customer service driven salesperson, especially if the position involves providing helpful items or services to people. And she would be naturally good at selling intangible services. Now, whenever she had to drive sales or new leads, she resisted. She now understands what's underneath the reason she resisted work, where she was responsible for driving sales. She was simply better, naturally better, and suited for a position to respond to warm leads. Now, while she likes to talk about different ideas, she can easily get into a situation where she piles more on her plate and gets overwhelmed. Now, without awareness training, She can use that overwhelm as an excuse or make other excuses for not achieving her goals. So if she wants to pursue a number of those opportunities, she would then need to create a team or have an assistant who has strong follow-through skills. So as a specialist versus a generalist in decision-making, she's going to be not only focused on the results, but she places an even higher importance on how those results are achieved by the team. So she builds team consensus by seeking out those options and those ideas from the team members. And she's flexible in accepting the changes to plans. So she'll also need to be proactively, or she also rather will proactively connect with other people on the team and is empathetic and understanding of people issues. So as a leader and manager who's empathetic and understands, she would need to also set and keep strong boundaries, as she may be easily influenced to change her decisions. See, once you create awareness around your own human wiring and align it with the ideal position and environment, you're able to be more focused and effective, work outside your natural human wiring or comfort zone, and recognize when opportunities are not a fit and put distinctions and tools in place to work through them. Whenever you align the person and the position, there will be fulfillment. Fulfillment for the individual, for the employer, and for the customer who is served. I'm Lisa Menini. Until next week, create a great life.